guys, welcome to this vlog. It's been forever since I filmed like a regular old vlog. I don't even know if I know how to do this anymore, but in the next few days I have a lot of like reading I want to do. I'm currently reading a book that is really outside of my norm and I'm enjoying it, and I'm craving a certain kind of book. I'm going to the library this morning. The almost five-year-old has a book waiting for him that he's been anticipating for a while, so we're gonna go pick that up at the library, do some browsing. I'm gonna let the kids play at the playground for a bit while I do some reading. I'm currently working on redoing the homepage for one of my websites that will kind of be like hopefully a landing page for this kind of space if there's certain things you're looking for that are bookish. Hopefully, right now it's not very far, so I don't really know how to explain what I'm gonna do because I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully by the end of this I'll be pretty close. Yeah, so lots of reading, lots of coziness. It is September. I love this time of year. Unfortunately, we have a few warm days left here according to the weather forecast, but I'm going to pretend it's autumny as much as I possibly can. So welcome to the vlog. We'll see where this takes us. Saskatchewan fashion, it's very windy out there. I made myself some tea before we left and never got a chance to drink it, so I'm going to be drinking like juice pretty much, I guess. Wildberry Zinger tea is my favorite, pretty much the only tea that I will drink, but I don't add sugar, so it's like sugarless juice. We actually got quite a few books from the library, but most of them were actually kids books, so I'm going to share my haul. First of all, I got 3 cookbooks out, which I don't get a ton of cookbooks from the library, but these I saw Ruby Granger as she was doing a video. They're vegan cookbooks, and we are gluten-free and mostly dairy-free here, and I would love to become vegan. I don't like meat, so I could very easily do it. I just don't want to make a separate meal for myself and my meat-loving family, so I never do. But I got 3 different cookbooks. This one is Quick and Easy. It's Deliciously Ella Quick and Easy. Over 100 vegan recipes. Maybe throughout the course of this video I will share whether or not I think any of these are any good. This one does seem to have a picture per recipe, so that's a win right there. Then I got All Day Vegan. Honestly, I just like, she was showing some cookbooks that she likes because she's vegan, and I just went and requested them from the library. So, oh, starting with grilled cheese. So interesting. Lemon zoodle toast, red pesto quinoa. I'm gonna look through this one, and then the last one is, I just dropped all the books. This is the Really Hungry Vegan Student Cookbook. So I was thinking this would probably have like fairly easy recipes if they're supposed to be for students. So looks like we've got a picture per recipe. Then just a couple chapter books. So I got the next Mrs. Polifax because I've heard from Shatona that the Elusive Mrs. Polifax is the best one, and I really loved number 2, so I might give this one a try real soon. So I just read number 2 in my last video. I wrapped it up, so I would like to continue it, and out of 1 through 6, number 3 is the only one I don't own. Then I got Shooting the Moon. This is kind of for me to read. This has something to do with a 12-year-old's brother who is sent to Vietnam. I'm working on a product for my homeschool membership. That's like a literature unit study type thing based on the Wednesday Wars, and the Wednesday Wars is set in Vietnam, and I wanted to recommend some other good books, middle grade books set during that time, not set in Vietnam, set during the Vietnam War. And this one was highly recommended. It's short, big words, so I'll probably read that one soon. I feel like maybe it was during that, how did I get to this book? This one definitely, it was a rabbit trail. This is The Goldfish Boy by someone Thompson. Stickers are always there. Lisa Thompson. And it says, in this riveting debut, a boy struggling with OCD is uniquely qualified to solve a startling crime. So actually, was it this one that said, no, I thought I saw something else about this one, but so I'm curious about this with like a mystery and OCD. It sounds like an interesting combination. So this will be a middle grade book. And then the only adult book I got is Lay Your Body Down. And this one was recommended to me. I get so many book recommendations, but I've started now keeping track of when people very specifically recommend books to me, especially if they are like replying to my newsletter or something like that. So this one was recommended by Sherry. She replied to a newsletter that I sent out a while ago, and what she wrote, and I like copied this in, is she said, not necessarily cultish vibes, more like prosperity gospel / legalistic tendencies. So, I mean, she kind of had me as soon as she was like saying cultish, even though she said it wasn't really cultish, but I mean, that's a buzzword for me. It says a young woman returns to her rural Minnesota hometown, where a radical evangelical pastor has poisoned everyone's minds and may be covering up a murder. So, it sounds very interesting. I'm curious. So those are the 4 like novels that I got for myself, and then 3 cookbooks. So there's always so many books and just never quite enough time to read them all. So I just got a package in the mail. I'm assuming it's a book because things pretty much don't come for me unless they're books. And one of the things I'm putting onto my like revamped site is a page with my policy on books I accept, because I get a decent amount of requests for me to review books, etc. Let's fix this here. And I obviously don't want to accept all of them, and I don't want people to have the wrong impression of what's going to happen if they send me a book. So I'm working on that. Let's open it. I have a few coming to me. I don't know which one this one is. Ooh, it's a picture book. I don't share a ton of picture books here. I will probably, I'll share this one here, and I'll probably share it on my homeschool account as well. This one is He Is Always With Me, and this is by Lavelle Alsbrooks Jr., and this is a story of a biracial boy, which we are not a biracial exactly family. We are like a multicultural family, but as a family with white people and an African son and 2 indigenous children, I always love reading books about different cultures and ethnicities, and this one is also a Christian-based story. So this one is a faith-based story about a young biracial boy named Kevin who is terribly frightened by a horrific storm. So I will read this one soon. This afternoon, I think, okay, well, I still have my cup of tea. I think I made this 4 hours ago by now, possibly more than that. 5 hours, I think it's been 5 hours. So I'm gonna drink this eventually here, work on my website a bit, and possibly do some reading. So those are my plans for the next little bit. So today is Sunday morning. It's like not even quite 9 o'clock. Normally I would be at church already and at church for a few hours this morning, but I've got a couple of sick kids. So I'm home. I'm taking advantage of that time and doing some reading. So I am reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This is the book that I'm reading that is outside of my norm, outside of my comfort zone, outside of my element. It's like, I'm pretty sure YA fantasy, inspired by a Chinese moon goddess legend. Like, if you guys have followed me here for a while, I don't, like, to my knowledge that I can think of, I don't think I've ever read anything like this. I don't read a ton of fantasy to begin with, and then this is just definitely out of my comfort zone. But I'm almost 300 pages in. I don't like to say too much about books while I'm reading them because things might change, but I'm enjoying it. It's not perfect, but I'm enjoying my time. So probably today or tomorrow I'll get this finished. I have tons of extra time today that I wasn't expecting to have, so probably tomorrow, though I'm not sure if I'll get it done in this vlog or not. But I just wanted to say this is the book that I'm reading. It's so very different than my norm. So yesterday I worked on updating the homepage for one of my websites, because it's the website that at the end of this video I have at the bottom of the screen. And as well, I have another channel. I have a couple YouTube channels. I have 3 YouTube channels. But then I have one that I've kind of been focusing more on, like side hustle / online income. It also points to the same site. So I thought I would just make a homepage to make things a little bit more clear. So I worked on that a bit yesterday. It's not like done forever. It's just done for the moment. I'm going to update it again here fairly shortly, I think. Add some stuff to it. And then, I don't know how you guys, like how the ideas come to you, but I have 2 times that ideas come to me. Oh, my throat feels really dry. It is so smoky here. I'm not sure if that's why it feels so dry. Okay, 2 times. So one of them is like in the shower, all the ideas come to me. And the other time is like the middle of the night. This night it was 4:30, so that's not as middle of the night as usual. Usually it's like 2:30 or 3:30. But at 4:30, I think I have finalized a decision. So if I'm thinking that it's finalized, it's probably not completely finalized. But I've been toying around for the last year about adding another Patreon tier with postcards and stickers, and I think I'm gonna do it. My 4:30 idea was that I should do it. So this is not, I doubt it will be ready by the time this video goes up. I need to maybe think about it a little bit more put a little bit more work into it. But maybe I will have an announcement video in the near future. I already know what I want to do for a sticker, so I'll put that up there. So I'm thinking like a postcard and a sticker. Actually, I'm thinking 2 postcards because I am a patron of people that send out some postcards, and it's great. I love getting art from different people, but they send out 1 postcard and I don't want to send it to anyone because I want to keep it. And so I'm thinking 2 postcards so that people, if they want to keep one, they can, but they can also give one to someone, so you can still make use of it. So I'm thinking 2 postcards and a sticker is my current thought. So I might be working on that a little bit today. Normally I try to like leave Sundays for just relaxing and stuff, but being creative in so many ways is relaxing to me. So yeah, my plans for the day are to read, maybe work on the sticker / postcard idea. I think I need to order the stuff in, see the physical copies before I can be like, yes, this is going to be a Patreon tier. So I would really like to get it up by October though, because it's an October idea that I have. Especially if I'm going to do like an Anne sticker, then we have to go with October. I think so. So I got stuff to do. Let's get going. So far today has been a really creative day, and it's only 3:30. First of all, I've been reading quite a bit in the book, a little bit here and there in between things. I think I've nailed down the sticker that I want to design or get printed, and possibly the postcard. I need to think on it for a bit, order samples, etc. So this is not an official announcement, but it's this is possibly coming. So I'm going to stare at the design a little bit, see if there's anything I want to change right now, read a little bit more, see what else the day throws at me. So far I've played a lot of video games with 2 different kids, so that's more than I usually do. Probably won't do any more video games today, but so far it's been a relaxing and yet creatively fulfilling and a word that I can't think of right now. I feel good. I feel like I've rested, but I've also created, and so that feels like a good day thus far. Actually, what I probably should do is watch some booktube. I think in a couple hours Krista has reading sprints, so I'll do those reading sprints with her for a bit this evening, read my book a bit then, and then before that I'll just watch some other booktube. I'm very behind. While I took a break this summer of posting videos, I also kind of took a break from watching videos for a while, so I'm like so very far behind. I'm not going to catch up, but I have a lot I would like to watch. this book last night. Have a couple other books I want to talk a little bit about. But first of all, I had hoped to go to a playground today, a particular playground, with some kids, but the smoke is still like really bad. So I think we're gonna try to stay inside again today, which is annoying because everyone's going a little squirrely after being sick, which I think everyone's better now, after being sick and then the smoke. But a number of people in our house have like outdoor allergies, so going outside in smoke during harvest season, not the best idea. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I'm going a little squirrely, honestly, but I have been working on my idea of a Patreon sticker and postcard idea. I think I have it figured out, like what I would like to do. I'm just hesitant. As of right now, I think I have like 65 patrons, and in order to order postcards and stickers, I need to order like a minimum of 25. And, you know, in order to make it like financially successful, like in order to not lose money, I need to get a certain amount of patrons at this particular level, and I'm just like not really sure I can do that. At the same time, I really want to try it, so I'm at that, like, everything's in my cart. Do I click order? I don't know. If I do, I will share a video on it eventually. My patrons will find out about it first, because if anyone wants to upgrade, I'll let them have the choice to do that first, because if I do it, there will be a limit on how many patrons can be at that level. At least for this first time, would only be maximum 24 people actually. So yeah, I don't know, that indecision. I love the idea of it. I love being creative. I just don't want to be creative in a way that's gonna cost me a ton of money. So I'm not sure. Okay. I finished Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I'm not doing an official wrap up right now, but I will say that I really did enjoy it. I would give it like a 4.25 star. I don't usually do like 0.25, but I feel like it's a little bit more than a 4. But I didn't want to give it a 5 on Goodreads because it didn't feel like worth quite that. So, and if anything's like a 4.5 or 5, I give it 5 stars on Goodreads. So I'm gonna go with 4.25, and then I'll share a recent reads video at some point and share some thoughts on that. Next up, I'm going to be starting Half a World Away by this author whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I know I wouldn't even be able to. This one was my Patreon of the month's pick for me to read, and then they always have the choice to buddy read the pick that they choose. So we're going to be buddy reading this. She is currently recovering from hip surgery, so she's flying through books. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to fly through this with her, or if we're gonna try to take this one slow while she continues to devour a book a day. But this one has to do with a boy that was adopted, and his adoptive parents are, I think, going to adopt another kid. Was it not this one? I think so. And he kind of feels like maybe he wasn't good enough, now they need to adopt another kid. I think that's the general idea. Yeah, so there's that. And then I started this one actually before I started Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Yours is the Night by Amanda Dykes. This is my book for the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge for this month. If you follow me on Instagram and you watch my stories, I didn't like the first paragraph. There's kind of like a major typo, and I know typos can happen, but I don't know, for some reason this one has tripped me up and I haven't really been able to like read it. I was like, I gotta put this down for a bit and read some other books. Right in the beginning, so it says right at the top that this takes place October 24th, 1921, and then it says October 24th, 1918, and how it says how that was 4 years ago to the day. But actually that would be 3 years ago. So at first I was like, am I doing the math wrong? I asked everyone in my family that could do the math, and then I put it on Instagram, and no, it's not just me. And I love Amanda Dykes. I'm going to love this book. I love her writing. It kind of physically hurt me, that one. So I'm going to be reading these next. I just need to figure out how fast we're reading this / when I can get over the little typo and continue with this. This one, and it has some set during the Great War, and I think hers are usually dual timeline. Yes, I also read chapter 1, which I don't remember, and that was set in 1900. That's probably the person from 1920. Now, I'm assuming there's a more modern day one, but there might not be. It doesn't actually look like it. We're just like hopping all over from 1900 to like 1918 or 1921 in here. So that's what I'm working on reading, working on deciding if I'm going to click purchase on these postcards and the sticker. Not sure. Change of plans on my day. Not that I really had plans anymore for my day, but that was unexpected. Obviously there's still empty shelves, still a work in progress, but that happened. Rika decided she was tired of having that in her room, so I took it. So I will be working on that probably for a few weeks, trying to figure out how to fill it up. Those are all like books that I haven't read on that shelf, and I want to keep having books that I have not read down here, but like I don't want to fill up all the shelves. So I'll have to figure out how I want to do all this. One of the things I found while moving out my cabinet that was there and putting this in was like this Bookopoly board that I made years ago. I did a video, was it my first year on BookTube? I don't know when it was, trying out a few different TBR games, and I think I made it for that. And I have no idea what happened to like the cards when you land on certain like chance and what's the other one called? Community chest. I don't know where those cards went, but I was kind of tempted to try this again sometime. My daughter did the illustrations years ago. She's very embarrassed of them now, but I think they're cute. They're simple, they're cute. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end this video here. I think it's gotten fairly long. I read a really good book during this last few days, have a few more on the go. So I think now that I've started, and this is going to be a Thursday video, so I've started doing 2 videos a week. Now all the ideas are coming at me and I don't have enough time for them all. There might be another one coming on Saturday. So hopefully you're not angry at me about that. But if I have time, there will be another one coming later this week. Thanks so much for being here, you guys.